How's it going, everyone, and welcome to New Knives. Today is Monday, April 21st, and we are so excited to be here and talk through all this awesome new product for the week.
Yeah, today's video is sponsored by CRKT, Columbia River Knife and Tool. They're one of our favorite brands here at Blade HQ, and they make a lot of really intriguing knives. And this knife they provided us for our giveaway on our live, which, by the way, if you want to get into, join us every Monday at noon Mountain Standard in our live. This is the Snap Lock, and I don't think there's another brand out there that would cook something quite like this.
No, well, and again, it goes back to how many different designers CRKT uses and how every design they have is different from the last.
Yeah, I find this really fun. So the way you open this is you push on this lever, and it literally bends the frame open.
It's so cool.
Kind of reminds me of like wheel lock pistols from the old pirate days.
I could see it.
Yeah, a little pocket clip, but also comes with a lanyard if you wanted to figure something out like that.
Yeah.
But one of the most interesting knives, and I think CRKT, as you're mentioning, their relationships with so many custom makers has led to some of the most intriguing designs at really affordable prices too.
Absolutely. Yeah, we love CRKT, and they've been our sponsor for this whole month, so we really appreciate all that they do. And if you guys want to win something like this, join us in the lives, noon Mountain Standard Time every Monday. As we say all the time, we'd love to see you there.
Yep. And thank you, CRKT, once again. Now, let's talk some new knives, starting with the Heretic Rock.
I don't know if that one will sit in there, but we can certainly try.
It will not. I'll just hold it. So this is the Desert Warrior Rock. So the Rock is really fun because it's one of very few OTFs out there that sit on a curved rail. So you sort of get this hawkbill karambit style blade. Yeah. Very fun. We have an aluminum handle here, a Magna Cut blade. And I like to kind of have the two-tone. We got the polished top with the blue underneath. Yeah. And then these are Cerakote sprinkles, I believe.
Yeah, that's a super cool one. I think, so originally, if you guys don't know, they came out with this knife for the Stab Nana. So they had the
banana
whole,
themed
the banana build out with the, I think it was a white kind of creamish blade and then a yellow handle. And it looked
and then
just
the
like
Heretic logo was in a blue sticker on the handle.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It looked like the Dole, the banana brand or whatever it's called. That was sweet.
Yep, then on the other side, we do have a titanium milled pocket clip with a ball interface. Yeah. And then that classic knurled slide you see on all the Heretics.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's a fun knife.
You know what? Heretic's been doing a cool job, and I know these are a little pricey, but when it comes to Heretic, they just have knives that stand out so much and have such just very unique designs in terms of like their Cerakoting, specifically with the cell shaded that we see all the time.
I was gonna say, I want to see this in cell shade one day.
Yeah, it's just something you like have to have, and like it's a staple piece in your collection. Obviously, it's not in a very accessible knife due to the price, but if you're a very hardcore enthusiast, I would definitely go for something like this.
Yeah, and Anthony is the owner of Heretic, and he is one of the greatest innovators around, in my opinion. So, like, I just love how this blade slides on a rail for an OTF, because normally OTFs are sort of relegated to one direction, but this thing manages to curve and still have a nice, smooth double action.
It's very cool.
Very exciting and very well done, Heretic.
I like it. All right, George, next up, we're going to jump into some Toor knives.
Yeah, I believe these are models we've seen before, but in a new colorway, yeah?
Yes, so we have. This is the Spectre. This was one of the sponsored knives a few weeks ago.
That was a very early first crack at it, though.
Yes, and so now they're finally available to the public. This has, I believe they call it the KG, what's the coating called? KG something, but it's that black coating. This is a M4 blade, and then we have the micarta handle in that cool tan color, and then the red G10 liners.
Yep, from the pinup series, and you can see their little pinup engraved on the blade.
Yeah.
It's a very fun and looker of a knife, but it also is still a tactical powerhouse. M4 blade, dagger blade, made by Marine vets?
Yes.
I want to say Marines,
yeah, vets.
Very
cool.
nice
And then
indeed.
Ben Cantwell is the designer behind the pinup series. So they basically took his amazing pinup designs that, honestly, I hope he becomes a tattoo artist if he isn't already, because those things are so cool. And that's how they inspired this entire line of the pinup series.
Would you get a pinup tattoo if you did?
No. Not my vibe.
Not my vibe, but it's cool.
Exactly.
A lot of respect for it.
Yeah, and then this is the mullet, a big boy.
That one's going for $325. This one's also an M4 blade, I believe.
Yep, this one's M4. And then this last one is actually crew wear instead of M4. And that's the Apnea, I believe.
Apnea. I like the Apnea because of this big hook off the back. It kind of reminds me of some of those more combat knives from, I forget, the guy behind Viking Tactics. I'll remember his name later. But I really do appreciate the design. It feels like something that you would actually carry to a war zone.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Toor, you think tactical off the rip with Toor, especially because their logo and everything, just the way they present their brand. But yeah, this one absolutely feels like you can use it for a tactical thing. And I love that harpoon blade. I think it looks so good.
Gives you nice piercing performance, tip strength.
Oh, absolutely.
All the stuff you need. Next up, we have some new variations on the GTX 025 from Guardian Tactical.
These are sweet. They're going to be the same exact build out as our exclusives that you guys have seen with the black and the blue.
And the dagger blades.
Yeah, and so these are now a gray, which almost has like a little bit of a purpley tint, if you will. And then we have this like olive dark green as well, which is
green
probably
is so
my
good.
favorite.
I wish all green anodizes looked like that. It's beautiful.
They're nice. And these are going to have the LMAX blade, aluminum handles. These things are so smooth, so snappy. Perfect little pocket OTF.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with that one.
They sound good. They feel good.
Yes.
I've come to really like LMAX. LMAX is kind of like M390. However, it refines its grain ever so slightly. So you might get a little bit more sharpness out of it because of that finer grain for all you sharpening nerds out there. And a little bit of extra toughness as well.
Exactly. So if blue and black wasn't your color, maybe gray and green is. So I would pick one of these up. They are nice and easy to throw in your pocket.
Yep, those go for $256 each.
Nice.
And then next up, we have 3 new knives from the Tenable line.
Yeah, these are cool.
Yeah, for those unaware, Tenable is the sub-brand, sort of the budget-friendly line from Concept. And this first one's the Eaglestrike. And there is a Concept version of this as well, but I almost like the Tenable one better.
I know, surprisingly, what Tenable has been doing lately is they're taking the Concept models that you guys really enjoy, and they're turning it into the more budget-friendly version of them. And so like George said, is this. But honestly, I agree. I think the newer Tenable models of these other knives are actually becoming more of my favorite than the Concept ones.
Yeah, like seriously, I love titanium. I really do. And that's what you find on a lot of the Concepts. But here on this Eaglestrike, you have aluminum, and I'm in a bit of a love affair with aluminum right now. It's a bit lighter. I really like the texture it gets.
Yes, especially the milling they put on this.
Yeah, that nice crosshatch knurling, if you will. You have full steel liners on the back, a Nitro V blade with these kind of fun slits in it, and a crossbar lock. $69.85. I want $69.89. I apologize.
It's a great price.
Yeah, a great price. A really smooth action.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
They don't disappoint.
Yeah, I love this knife.
Me too.
It's great. Of the 3 Concepts on the table, this one's my favorite.
Yeah, and I think they've been doing a lot of crossbar too, because they turned the
cryo?
what's it called? No.
Fenrir.
Fenrir, thank you. They turned the Fenrir into a crossbar lock, and I now am obsessed with that because I used to have a Fenrir, and I was like, I'm not the biggest fan of liner locks and frame locks. But once it came out in the button lock or the crossbar lock, I was like, I can dig that.
Let's do that.
Exactly.
Yep. Next up, we have the Einar, and I saw this and I'm like, that's a Justin Lindquist design if I ever saw one.
It is. It is very presentable for his stuff. I love it.
Yep. A nice, clean, everyday, carry-friendly design, and I love this carbon fiber. It almost has a, dare I say, like Holstein texture to it. Cow.
It does kind of look like a cow. But I believe this one has the same Nitro V blade steel on this one. You're going to get a nice pocket clip on the backside. But they're very strong and durable carbon fiber scales.
It's carbon fiber. It's the same stuff that sports cars are made with, just because it's light and strong. And it looks cool.
Yeah, but a good price.
Yep, $69.89 on this guy as well.
That's awesome.
Then the last one is the cheapest of the bunch. This is the Tenable Beaver, which is an awesome name. We have a G10 handle. I want to say a Nitro V blade on this guy as well.
I think so.
Yes, Nitro V. And it goes for $44.89. $49.89. I apologize. My 9 looked like a 4.
I mean, that's awesome. For a crossbar lock, especially with the same kind of movement and mechanism as you're getting, how smooth it is, it's a great entry-level crossbar lock. Great entry-level pocket knife for anything.
Yeah, and what I think is absolutely crazy is when I first started at Blade HQ, Crossbar locks, like the absolute floor was $100.
Yeah.
And also, if you wanted Nitro V, I think the first time I ever saw it was on a Doc Schiffer custom. It was a $500 knife.
Jeez.
And now you can get a crossbar
anymore.
lock G10 Nitro V for $50.
It is. It's great.
What a time to be alive, am I right?
Absolutely. And Tenable's been killing it. They're only going to keep coming out with more and more stuff. So definitely keep them on your radar.
Yep. And last, we have the new Hogue Counterstrikes.
Yes, these are cool.
Are from the SIG Sauer line for all of you pistol friends out there. And they have the same, I want to say it's the same plastic they use in the frames of their striker-fired pistols.
Yeah, they have the polymer and the aluminum handles here.
Yep. I want to say it's a MagnaCut blade and aluminum frame with a nice bit of milling, serrations, if you will, for all you pistol guys out there. And a nice glass breaker tip, double action out the front, USA made. Very nice, and a very nice price too, $270 for these.
Yeah, these are the new blade styles. So that was the drop play, and then you have the Tonto.
Yep, the Tonto.
I don't know. Hopefully that's in focus for you guys.
Yep, sorry about that. I very seldom think about focus. I should probably fix that.
No, we're missing our camera guy today, so we're good. But yeah, these are sweet. A great EDC OTF. I mean, they are more tactical driven, but I would
it's
still
nice
use
and
it as
slim
an
and easy
EDC.
to pocket, but like I would definitely rather have this than nothing in a sticky situation.
Exactly.
Especially if that sticky situation involved a car, because that is a very nice, proud glass breaker.
It is.
It's going to be nice and easy to break your way out of trouble with it.
Exactly. Well, Hogue has been doing good stuff, as we always know, and we haven't seen anything from them in a while, so I'm glad to start seeing some changes to some very popular models.
Yep, and I suspect as we're getting towards the end of April, in May, we tend to see a lot of new stuff showing up because Blade Show is right around the corner.
Right.
So make sure you're staying tuned. Make sure you're subscribed to Blade HQ because all the new stuff is going to be coming out and we're going to stay on the leading edge of it.
Absolutely. And thank you guys for joining us today, and we will see you next Monday.
Yes, and